Hi there, I'm Elaine Fraze, Farm Family Coach, coming to you from my farm in southwestern Manitoba. And behind me you can see a beautiful field of wheat that's my neighbor's ripening. And I have with me my little toy combine, 1680, which I used to drive, but don't anymore. And now the combines have changed color on our farm, but my grandson still likes to play with this one. Today I want to talk to you about saying sorry at harvest, because we're all getting ready for harvest, and one of the ways that we can get ready is to think about what we want the culture of our farm to look like during this very intense and busy season. So Dr. Gary Chapman wrote a book, When Sorry Is Not Enough. And saying sorry at harvest means that when, like me, you might have been backing up a combine and hit a fuel truck and broken a shaft, which is what I did, the first thing you need to do is express regret and own up to the mistake. And then, of course, I had to find parts for the broken shaft to go and get them and get the machine repaired, and we would be on our way again. Now, that may seem a little bit complicated, but it doesn't have to be. After we express regret and say, you have every right to feel upset with me, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, how can we fix this together? Then you take accountability, and I went to find the part and bring it back and get it done, and I didn't hide the mistake. Many times when we get involved in conflict, we don't realize the power of saying sorry, the power of making an apology, which is words. And for some people, words are not enough. And so then you may want to also think about what you need to do to make things right. So another really good question to use is, what do I need to do to make things right, which is restitution. The other thing is, hopefully you're not going to back up into things. You're going to check your mirrors. And in my case, I didn't check the mirrors closely enough because I was cleaning my unload auger and I didn't pay attention. Paying attention is really important. Asking questions. Another question that's helpful in harvest is, how did you sleep last night? Or did you have a good night? Because when people are running on short amount of hours of rest and renewal, they're not being fed enough, their fuel for their bodies is low, the tension of the dryness. We could really use a rain on our farm, as I'm sure you can on yours, except I talked to someone in southern Ontario yesterday who was getting too much rain on their grapes, and that's not a good thing. So we all have stress, we all have weather-related issues around harvest that all compile us to maybe not pay attention when we should be. So changing your behavior going forward is good. And Dr. Chapman calls it repentance, that we generally do want to change our behavior, not be so anxious, not be so quick to react, rather than making a measured response. So can you find it in your heart to forgive me? Now, that's not typically the way I would say it to my husband after I just caused a broken shaft in the back of my combine. But I said, thanks for being easy on me. You might want to use the expression, could you please forgive me? Could you find the space to forgive me? And then you move on. So saying sorry at harvest is about expressing regret. I'm sorry I screwed up. I'm sorry I made a mistake. I don't intend to do this again. I'm taking accountability. I am going to change my behavior. How would you like me to make it right? And then actually go and do what you said you were going to do. Saying sorry at harvest applies all year round. And if you're an advisor watching this, I'm sure you can use the same formula for reducing the conflict in your workplace. I'm Elaine Fraze, Farm Family Coach. I hope you'll sign up for my wait list for my new membership site, which is coming out in the fall, and join me on my podcast. Lots of things are happening, and that's all part of my legacy project, because I'm not driving combines anymore, but I still have a very active role on our farm to make sure things go smoothly during harvest and keep fuel in the tank, mostly of the bodies of the people who are on these combines. See you next time.